All right, and so in this matchup, we have the Raiders versus the Bengals, with the Bengals being favored by 7 points and the over-under being 46.5. Vegas is coming off a loss to Kansas City, but hey, they did cover. They got a backdoor cover towards the end, so good for them and good for all the teams who bet the Raiders that game. But like I said before, I've been saying this for weeks and weeks and weeks. There's no talent on this team. They traded the last guy. Oh, actually, you know what? I take that back. They have two talented guys. They traded one of them in Devontae Adams, and they have one great tight end in Bowers. Bowers is the light at the end of the tunnel. He is their beacon. It's the only thing they have going for themselves, and actually the best thing they have going for themselves for future players, because that kid is killing it. Over 500 yards receiving, and the guy looks like he's going to be the next batch of great tight ends in the NFL. But other than that, they traded Devontae Adams. Their wide receivers are Jacoby Myers, which he's decent, but I think he's more like a third, maybe fourth wide receiver in a lot of teams, maybe even second. I would say he's a good third wide receiver. Their running backs are awful. Madison White, don't trust them. Those guys can't get past a Pee-wee football team, okay? So, and their other wide receivers are Trey Tucker. The guy's fast, but that's about it. Not a really good wide receiver. So they're awful on offense. Defense is where they have some of their bread and butter. They got Max Crosby, of course. Max Crosby is a beast out there. He's Mr. Superman on the defensive side. They have a great pass defense, which is ranked 7th in the NFL. That's amazing. That's why they probably get to cover some games, because that pass defense, the defense in general, is keeping them alive. They're in 4-4 against the spread. They've covered 5 of the last 7 road games, with 3 of those covers coming by more than 6 points, which the Cincinnati is favored by 7. And they're 0-6 against the spread in their last 6 games against the Bengals. So the Bengals have had their number of lately. So let's talk about the Bengals. They played against the Eagles, and the Eagles took belt to ass to them. They got blown out by the Eagles. All we have been hearing, though, this is another team that all we've been hearing, that the Bengals they just need to win. This is a must-win game. It's been a must-win game for the Bengals the last 4 weeks, okay? The Philadelphia comes to Cincinnati, and they just drop them like a bad habit. They put 30 on them. So when is this big going to happen, this must-win going to happen for the Bengals? Because I don't see it. They're on the verge of losing the playoffs. I know they have an outside shot to make the wild card, but come on, man. They have Joe Burrow, obviously, MVP type of year he's having. He's close to 2,000 yards passing, 15 touchdowns, only 2 picks. Jamar Chase, he's really great. Higgins, the guy can't stay healthy this season. He's hurt again. He's questionable for this game, so keep an eye out for that. They only have 1 game or 2 away from a wild card spot, so they do have something to fight for if that gives them any motivation. And for anybody wants to bet the Bengals have covered the spread in 4 out of the 5 games against teams with losing records. The Raiders obviously have a losing record, so that's good to hear. But they're 0-4 against the spread at home this season, and they're 4-4 against the spread for the whole season in totality. So not too bad. So with that being said, the Raiders making some sneaky backdoor cover against the Chiefs. They're 4-4 against the spread. The Bengals are 4-4 against the spread, but they haven't won a game at home. They're 0-4 against the spread this season. So with that, I like the over 46.5. I think the Bengals can drop probably 27 to 30 points on the Oakland Raiders. But I also like the Raiders to do enough to score some points here. Like I said, they got some okay weapons and Bowers and Jacoby Myers. So not too bad. But I think the best play here is the over 46.5. And if I was going to bet this game who'd win it, which I'm not, give me Bengals on a bounce back win. Bengals covering the 7 points, trying to stay alive and make the playoffs this year. So I think that might give them some extra motivation. So give me the Bengals minus the 7, covering the 7 points. But I think the best bet here is the over 46.5.